And the hunt continues. I'm Ryan, also known as Nickel Guy 88, and on my channel, I am documenting my quest to complete the 1938 through 1961 Jefferson nickel set. I have been going through 10,000 nickels each week since July 29th, and prior to that, for this year, I've been going through a box here and there, but I am now at 210,000 nickels searched. I have two left to find, the same two for quite some time. That is the 1939 Denver and the 1943 Denver. In these hunts, I will be gathering data for all the Jefferson nickels that I find from 1938 through 1959, Buffalo nickels, Liberty nickels, foreign coins, Canadian coins, and the Silver War nickels. This is the hunt where it was somewhat of a make or break. I am really starting to get tired of going through these nickels. I do enjoy gathering the data. I really want to complete this set in its entirety of finding these in circulation, but doing 10,000 nickels every week is really starting to get old. I've been doing 10,000 nickels each week since July 29th. Uh, Somewhat surprised I'm still looking for all of them at this point. However, I do have another 10,000 nickels on order for next week. I'm going to continue this pace at least until a quarter million. If I haven't found at least one of those nickels, I'm going to kind of reevaluate if I'm going to keep pushing through 10,000 a week. I might drop it down to 10,000 every 2 weeks. Reason being, aside from the great amount of time this takes, it's kind of getting annoying to the bank every week and taking all these nickels in at once. Averages about 75 minutes a box just to search these. And then I spend about an hour going through these or so just to see what I found, logging the data. And then you got the trip to the bank, the trip back from the bank. It takes about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how busy they are to turn all these in. Anyway, as usual, I got some close ups coming up, as well as any upgrades or additions that I had, and the grand totals at the end. Another 10,000 nickels down, bringing the total to 210,000 nickels. And I still need the 1939 Denver and the 1943 Denver. Decided to take a different approach when I'm going through these. This is going to save me a ton of time when I get the totals added into the ever growing chart. So, anyway, we got some silver nickels. Nothing crazy. Both of them are Philadelphia's. They're still 35% silver. I got a 43 Philadelphia and a 45. It's kind of a nice visual representation this way. You can really see which years are common and which one are not. Got 138 Philadelphia in here. Not the best of shape. As far as semi-key dates go, the only semi-key dates that I got, I believe, was a pair of 1955s. Believe it or not, these came in back-to-back rolls. This is a pretty hard nickel to find as it is. I may be in double digits now after these two. This is kind of a tough one to find, but it gave me a bit of a chuckle just finding them in back-to-back rolls. Pulled it out and thought, oh, all right. And next roll had another. This 58Ds, I mean, that is just a tower of them. That might be a record number that I've pulled. Kind of getting tired of pulling them. Got a ton of Canadians. Did get one foreign coin. This is the nicest one I've ever gotten from the Bahamas, I believe. It's a 1998. I always love the pineapple. Really cool looking coin. 7 weeks now since my last Liberty. I got 4 Buffalo nickels, all common dates. I got a pair of 36s, a dateless. Actually, this was a 1920. Ultimately, is what I determined. I have no idea what this one is. They're Buffalo nickels. There's no mark on the back, though. I'll probably just leave it as is. I hate to nicodate them. It just ruins them. I do keep some of the modern coins. This is a beautiful 1963 that I found. I mean, this thing, what a cool looking nickel. How these survive in this condition, I will never know. They come out of someone's collection, or did someone save it and they finally emptied out the piggy bank? I did find this guy early on. These kind of nickels just crack me up. People draw on them. This was the first. I got a pair. Apparently, were necklaces at one point. Like in 1983. This one actually belongs to the series. I just wanted to put it off to the side. It's a 1941 San Francisco. So, feel free to comment below if you know anything about why people would drill these out. It's not even silver either. And guess what? It's the only 1941 San Francisco that I found. Anyway, I'm going to get these tallied up and get on to bed. It's almost 11 o'clock. As expected, no new additions for any of the books. However, did get some upgrades. Got an upgrade for the 1955 Denver. Pretty common nickel. However, the one that's in there, it's got some corrosion up there around the S. It's got some little water spots, it looks like. One that we pulled is a little bit better looking. It's actually a really, really nice looking nickel. Again, I just don't understand how these things are out there that long in circulation and can look like this. Almost looks like a brand new nickel. Very lightly circulated. Anyway, common nickel, welcome edition. The Buffalo book, I have found a handful of these 1936 Philadelphias. Surprisingly, none better than the one that's in here. The one in the 9 is pretty much missing. The one that I found in this hunt, it's not bad at all. So that'll be a welcomed upgrade. All right, 210,000 nickels. And this is where we stand. Still need that pesky 1939 Denver. Where is it? I should have found it by now. Along with this 1943 Denver. It's any week now. I'm going to find one of these. All right, let's go check out the grand totals. And here are the grand totals. 210,000 nickels searched. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been spending some time to add some fun facts on this journey off to the right side of the screen. Total boxes searched 105. That's the equivalent of approximately 2,331 pounds, 5,250 rolls of nickels, and face value of $10,500 of nickels searched. Right now, on average, I have to search through 4,375 nickels in circulation to find one Buffalo nickel. And for Liberty nickels, these are the nickels that were before the Buffalo nickels. Right now, it takes on average 52,500 nickels searched before I find one. Silver War nickels, it's around 3,100. Now, I also added some averages in here for the 1930s, the 40s, and the 50s. I have another ratio in here now that says average keepers. These are nickels from 1938 through 1959 that go into all this data. I find one about every 78 nickels. And for raw searching time, it's 131 hours right now. This does not include the time that it takes me to go to the bank, pick up the nickels, or take the nickels back and turn them in, or even the time I spend totaling up the data. This is just the raw searching time. So if you're someone that's out there and would like to give this Jefferson nickel set a go, that's about the amount of time you're going to have into it to have found the nickels that I found at this point. feet of nickels, over 14,000 feet of nickels searched. This is if you were to take a nickel, just lay it down, and make a straight line with every single one that you've ever found. It's over 2.77 miles of nickels searched. Cubic feet, 8.66. And for you metric folk, 245 liters. And then the column off to the right, it's the total number of nickels that I found from the various decades. So out of 210,000 nickels, I've only found 138 from the 30s. Granted, they only made the Jefferson nickels in 1938 and 1939. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. As always, if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, feel free to leave it below. Have a great day.